Alright, for my fried applesauce type pies, I bought a pie crust, store-bought pie crust, just in the refrigerated section. And when my apples got done, they didn't really cool down a lot. And that pie crust, just when I was putting the filling in there, it kept oozing out. When I fried them, they just all fell apart. It just was a disaster. So I thought I'll just make my own, what I should have did with in the beginning. And I'm just going to really use my biscuit recipe. And instead of adding milk, I'm going to add some ice cold water. So I'm just going to get 2 cups of 2 cups of self-rising flour. And this probably make too much than I'll need, but that's alright. I'll find another use for it. Gonna kind of give it a sift with my whisk. Now in my cup it's gonna be hard to tell how much we're gonna need, but I put some ice and then poured water over it so it'd be good and ice cold. I have my butter and my lard in the freezer. I measured it out and got it in the freezer. I know when making a pie crust you want to keep everything good and cold. So I measured out roughly, and you can just use vegetable shortening, you can use all butter, but I have some lard. I have like 3 tablespoons of lard and 3 tablespoons of butter, and I put it in the freezer so it's good and solid. And I'm gonna have to use my pastry blender that Richard's grandmother got me. I did a video on this a couple of months ago that she got me when we first got married. So don't use it a lot because, you know, I want to keep it forever. So let me just start cutting this in. You just want to do it till it's like a cornmeal mix, not a cornmeal mix, because like the size of little peas, because you still want to see some butter and lard in it. And that lard is frozen hard. Might have to let that sit for a minute. It's hard as a brick. Right, I'm going to let this sit just for a couple of minutes because that lard is so hard. And I'll be back when I get it mixed up. Alright, I worked with it some. And still, see, you can still see big pieces of it. So I got the idea after it was a disaster yesterday with the other crust and stuff to make my own using my biscuit dough was from my good friend Fritz over at Fritz's Cooking Again, because he used my biscuit recipe and made hoe cakes. And I'm going to link that video of his in the description box below. Be sure to go check him out. Now, I really can't measure how much water we're going to need. So you just want your dough to come together. And I'll hold the ice back from getting in there. You just want it till it'll come together. If you get it too moist, you can always add some flour to it. That looks about right. Let's see, my hands are very clean. I just washed them and scrubbed them real good. Yeah, that didn't take much water at all. So now I'm just going to bring it together, cover it with some plastic wrap, let it hang out in the refrigerator for about an hour to just rest and let the flour absorb all the water and stuff. And this may even be just a little bit sticky. Let me add just some more flour to it. Alright, let me get it wrapped with plastic wrap. After it sits for about an hour, I'll be back. Alright, I'm ready to roll this out and see how this works. So I'm going to flour my table, and my hands are very clean. I know it'll probably be real sticky at first. And I know I probably made a whole lot more than what I need. But I will find use for it. So I'm going to cut off just a little bit of it for now. Now I want it pretty thin. And you still should be able to see some specks of butter and lard in it. Now you can cut yours out in any size or shape that you like. I've got these cookie cutters, and I'm going to use this one to start out with. It's a 3 7/8 of an inch. I'm going to set my little rounds over here on some more flour, roll out some more, and then we'll get back and fill them. If you get them cut, you want them a little bit thinner, just go ahead and roll them out a little bit more. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, I was hoping you saw all of that. Now here is my almost like applesauce filling. It's been in the refrigerator all night, so it's gotten thick, so maybe it won't fall all out when I'm filling the pies, but we won't need that much in each one. Just put a little bit, it's about almost a tablespoonful in the center. Gonna fold it over, press it, and then I'm gonna take my fork and crimp it. So they won't fall apart while I'm frying them. Alright, let me get these filled, and then I'll meet you at the fryer. Oh, and a lot of people just use canned biscuits too. So, I just thought I'd do it this way. I like working with dough anyway.